want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
So Klitschko...
The baby might be born before the fight takes place. Apparently that isn't the case so far. She's still on course for a couple weeks from now, and necessarily a restrictive activist referee, nor is he a let him go and let him fight kind of a guy. He's somewhere in the middle.
And Pulev here, he may have his hands full because Klitschko is using the clinch very early. But Pulev believes, obviously, early in this fight, that's what he has to do.
And a left hook lands for Klitschko, and down goes Pulev. 1 minute and 11 seconds into the fight.
And that's why it doesn't work.
As if to say, look, I'm not hurt. But that was a solid left hook, which delivered exactly the same result as a lot of the other Klitschko left hooks. And now there are 2 knockdowns.
That's why you can't just give Klitschko the bum's rush. He's not the same guy who was knocked out repeatedly years ago. And I don't know why Pulev is standing in front of him here without any legs, badly hurt. Well, you better clear your head. Away and lean back as you see Pulev's weights on his back foot.
Hard right hand by Wladimir.
Yeah, you're in line for that right hand that can knock you out.
As though inviting Pulev to come to him. Lands a right hand again, and Pulev momentarily has to hold on. 10-7 round for Wladimir Klitschko after 2 left hook knockdowns of Kubrat Pulev.
Here's the first knockdown. Pulev with disdain for Klitschko's power. Klitschko comes in with the left hook. Pulev a little more than I originally thought. And then the second knockdown, Pulev never had his legs from the first knockdown.
We go to round 2. Pulev lands a jab.
Behind Klitschko's head.
Another right hand lands for Klitschko, and the crowd roars. Klitschko's power shots.
No, as you said, he leans back with his hands down. Clinch, where he has an arm free and he feels he's out of danger.
Prior to tonight, Pulev had been down.
How hurt Pulev was that he went down essentially from frequently in recent fights.
Jonathan Banks telling Wladimir Klitschko, don't.
The geometry of the fight is important for Klitschko, rather than just in and out behind that jab.
Particularly given that Pulev hopes. In 12 rounds against Alexander Povetkin. But when you're 6 feet 6 inches tall.
Necessity is the mother of invention, and why should Klitschko have to invent a
hard
body
right
attack?
hand by Klitschko, momentarily wobbled Pulev again.
When he can do that. Both guys boxing, and one guy able to land that kind of shot.
A left hook and a push, and Pulev is down for the 3rd time. And that left hook is proving unstoppable for Wladimir Klitschko. Pulev keeps insisting, I'm not hurt. Klitschko's knocking him down more or less at will.
Yeah, and like in the first round where the second knockdown was... And be able to land a right hand that cleanly that produces a knockdown.
Round 3. I mean, that's a huge 6-point lead Vladimir's got. Jim.
So on several fights, Klitschko didn't fare well.
He hasn't really had an uncertain moment since getting knocked the Barrel Williamson Brewster fight the last time he lost in 2004, more than 10 years ago. One of Samuel Peters' knockdowns was clearly the result of a punch to the back of Klitschko's head. Another left hook lands for Klitschko.
Stop.
Another hard right hand for Klitschko. And Pulev continues to fight back.
Pulev decided to fight back with the head again.
Guys who were born in Eastern Europe and migrated to Germany for economic opportunity.
Klitschko opponents have to know by now to get the win.
Hard right hand by Pulev. And the Klitschko chin holds up for the moment to that punch.
Yes, Pulev.
Down goes Pulev on another left hook. And that may be the one from which he does not get up. He's done. And it's a 5th round KO win for Wladimir Klitschko.
What you just saw was a fighter, as we were talking about Pulev's fighting spirit, that he hadn't gotten the fight beaten out of him. He never did have the fight beaten out of him.
So let's take another look back at some of the action in the ring. And that's another angle of the left hook, which brought the end of the fight. Again, so much is made of the tremendous jab and the dominant right hand. But this left hook has fashioned many knockouts over the years. Ray Austin comes to mind. There have been a couple of others. And tonight, the left hook was an unstoppable punch, Max, as it accounted for 3 of the 4 knockdowns of Pulev.
Yeah,
Ladies
and the reason...
The end comes at 2 minutes, 11 seconds of round number 5. The winner by knockout victory, and still heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko.